The meeting is being recorded. How lovely. I need a drink. We're going to be having a live conversation with Ruby Karyo. And you might remember Ruby. She was, hi. Hi, Ruby. I can't hear you. Are you muted?
Okay, there we go.
Ah,
Nice.
All right, let me see if we can screen share. Oh, we did it.
Yep.
Switch the gallery. Oh, can you see me?
Yep, I can.
Nice, nice. Anybody say they're going to come watch us?
We'll see.
We'll see. Anyway, this is an opportunity. The reason we're doing this is an opportunity for you to share your journey, your insights, and a peek from your perspective of what the urine therapy movement has been like for you, not just being a practitioner, but connecting and knowing that there are millions of people all over the world doing the same practice.
Isn't it crazy?
It's crazy from the moment you took your first drink.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I would say that the movement of urine therapy and RN has been very, very tremendously effective from the day my father introduced me to. My father introduced it to me when I was 19. I finished high school, and he was like, "Hey, Ruby, you have acne on your face, but guess what? I have a remedy for you." I was like, "What remedy?" I was thinking some chemicals or something like that. And he was like, "Drink your urine."
Yeah.
I was like, "That's crazy, Dad. You would not do that." He was like, "I do it all the time. I just don't show it because people laugh at me when I do it." And he gave me the book by John W. Armstrong.
John Armstrong.
And I read the book and I said, okay, let me give it a try. This is coming from my dad, so why not? And when I started doing it, my skin started glowing.
How soon after you started did you notice difference?
When I started, it was rough. Like, you see the impurities coming on my face. It was rough. I was like, what's going on with my skin? Because I was like, this is making my skin very rough. But when I came, my mom was doing it as well. And my mom was like, keep doing it because it's going to clear it out.
Yeah.
And a month into it, my whole face is like free of acne. And I'm like, what?
How could that be?
How could I? Urine? I was like, urine? And you can imagine I wasn't even eating right before, like then. I was even eating meat and stuff like that, and it was still working. And then I told my dad. My dad was like, if you really want it to work effectively on your skin and your body, then you have to stop consuming meat, fish, and stuff like that. And I was like, but Daddy, you eat all those things. So why are you still practicing urine therapy? And he said that he's tried not to consume meat, but he can just stop eating meat. So we decided to go vegan.
Oh, nice.
And he did. He hasn't ate meat for a very, very long time. And he was like, okay, we're going to do this. We're not going to eat meat. We're not going to do this and that. And that's how I learned about urine therapy. But it's been successful. Before I started urine therapy.
And where is your urine, my dear?
It's in the fridge.
The lovely thing about being with people who drink their pee, you can pee yourself in their presence and pee just exactly who you are.
Yeah. I got my distilled water right here. But
I prepared.
My pee is in the fridge. I keep it in the fridge. I have aged urine that is about 2 months old. And I use it for my body. And I have sometimes I drink my fresh urine depending on where I am, like when I'm on vacation, when I get a cat, I use my aged urine because it heals faster than the fresh urine. And I think aged urine is the best method. I mean, I'm not discouraging fresh urine, but aged urine works effectively than fresh urine because Yeah, it's fermented, so it's more stronger, you know, and when it's fermented, it gives you a sense of sensation, a burning sensation if you have like cuts and stuff like that. But the fresh urine, you don't feel the burning sensation. Just like when you put alcohol on your cut, you want to feel that it's healing, right?
Oh, right
That's
away.
what the aged urine does.
Right.
Yeah. So
what about, no, I go to hot springs a lot here. I live in Colorado, and some of the hot springs are clothing optional. So I'm out with my friends, full body, full sun, and at the end of the day, oh no, right before we go out into the sun, they're slapping on all the suntan lotion. And they said, Sage, don't you want to put any suntan lotion? I said, I keep mine inside, and when I need it, I have my lotion. So after it was all over and everyone goes back to their cabins, they're all aching and screaming and complaining about their their sunburn. And I just go somewhere, collect, and slap it on, massage it all over me. And the sting goes away in about 10 minutes. And so all these people are still whining. I'm going, have you noticed I'm not hurting and my tan's deepening?
You say you're not hurting?
No, I don't get affected by
You're not supposed to, because you do it often. For me, do you see my face, how clear it is?
Yeah, gorgeous.
Gorgeous. I love it. It's not because of my face. It's not because I'm just beautiful. It's because I take care of my skin.
Yes.
Because I love my skin so much that I'm in love with nature. Like, I want to dive into nature. I want to eat and swallow nature. Like, it's everything.
Yeah. You might call it life. Well,
exactly. And I'm like, why are you wasting money going to the hospital? This is free. It is free.
It's free. And you made a really good point. I tell my friends that since I've been into urine therapy, I have no interest in health food stores, vitamin sections, pharmacies. I don't even buy anything from the store except for the produce section. And so I'm saving a whole lot of money. I don't need deodorants, hair shampoo. I don't need any aftershave. You save all that money and you can put it into something else.
Because when you put urine under your armpit, it clears odor. It clears anything that is odor. That's what I was telling my girlfriend. My girlfriend has a really bad odor. And I was like, you use deodorants and you still have bad odor? And I was like, why don't you use urine therapy? And she was like, nope, I'm not trying that. I'm like, okay. Right. Then a few months later, she's like, Ruby, I have a tumor in my stomach that needs to come out because my urinary tract is affected. And I was like, how did that happen? Well, she didn't tell me a lot about it. And she was like, she's going to have a surgery. I was like, try urine therapy. And she was like, I can't give up meat. And she tried. She said the first sip of her urine made her puke. And I was like, that's exactly what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, and you should have that emotional response to meat anyway.
You should. Like, it's like eating, how do I say, it's like going to a shitty restaurant and eating the worst food on earth, and you're like, I gotta try this anyway. I don't care. I'll eat it anyway. There are some people like that. And I'm like, if you really love your health and the urine tastes nasty, try it anyway because it's gonna heal you. But you'd rather go to a shitty restaurant, the food doesn't taste good, and you finish it anyway.
Oh, no. And the thing is, when you lighten up your diet, now I've been a fruitarian the last couple of years. When you lighten up your diet, your taste buds get really refined and really sharp, the subtle taste, back taste, aftertaste, pre-taste. And so I notice I've become like a little child. Somebody offers me something, and you know what kids do? You'll probably watch Rain. I don't know if Rain is this way, but they'll put something in their mouth and they will not swallow it until it passes the taste test. They'll keep it in for a little while. Then they spit it out because they trust that.
Yeah. Let me show you. I'm going to grab my urine.
Grab it. I'm going to grab my book. All right. Well, Ruby's coming back. Selfless promotion. This video is being sponsored by Healing Water from Within by Brother Sage, which you can get from Amazon or signed copy from me, or a digital version for $8 on email. And that was the end of that commercial. And so make sure you collect your urine and drink it for any reason necessary, whether you're healthy, whether you're not healthy. Practicing urine therapy and saturating your body with Shivambhu will not only prevent health challenges and health problems, but you will be feeling
this
lovely.
Is nice.
So
I mean, it's not a lot, but this
okay.
is my aged urine that I use for my face and my body, but it's almost out because I've been using it every night. But I use this for my body, for my face, and it's amazing. So I have somebody who is gonna testify. You remember the guy you saw on the video with me? Yeah, he's right here. Come on.
Brian is in the house.
Brian, yeah, Brian is.
Here's my brother Brian.
How are you doing?
Hey Brian, have a seat. You look crooked. Have a seat.
Have a seat.
You look crooked. I wanted to ask you, Ruby. When you guys do the aged urine, do you date them? Do you label them so you can have a reference of when you started them?
Oh, that's not something I actually do, but I remember the month though. I think I should start labeling it.
Yeah, I do that for several reasons. A lot of things I do when I put them on videos is for teaching methods. And so when I can look back and I've got urine that was dated September 24th, 2018, I know that that's my grandfather's 16-month-old power hit water.
That's amazing.
It's all up here. That's what I'm doing, working on my mind with it. Brian, tell us what's up.
Well,
you're on.
Well, say something. Why are you looking at me?
You're in the spotlight.
I met Ruby and she introduced me to it. And I think I guess for the last 3 or 4 days I've been fighting pink eye. And so I had some urine that was about 2-3 months. And I started putting a little bit in my eyes and it's starting to clear up. And it's been maybe 24 hours now since I started. And so.
Are you using an eye cup? Are you using your palm? How are you putting it in your eye?
I have like a little scooper light. I just pull the eyelid down and I put it like an eye drop. Then I roll my head back and just let it. That's what I've been doing. I don't have any particular first time. So,
it's just like what I told you. Get a cup and put it on there for a little bit, and that's exactly what you're doing.
It just comes down the sides. It don't really make
it doesn't.
There are these eye cups that you can get at a pharmacy or a health food store. It holds about 3/4 of an ounce. And it has a stem. It's kind of like this in miniature, about this size, and it fits a seal right over the eye. So what you do is you hold it over your eye for about 20 seconds, however long you can, and open your eye fully and blink like 5 or 10 times. And then when you're done with it, you just simply switch eyes and use the other eye. Or you can pour it on the side and it goes over the iris.
Okay, I'll try that.
The other idea, which came to us by a gentleman who goes by the name of We Love All, also known as George Johnson, he came up with the goggle method. And what you do is you fill these up with your Shivambhu, and then you stick them to your eyes, and you just walk around with your eyes in urine.
You can swim with it.
Oh yeah, that's good. Swim.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I have goggles you can use.
Yeah.
You can get very creative when it comes to Shivambhu. Now, one of the things that I've been teaching people the last couple of years is what I call Shivambhu saturation. Have you ever heard of that?
I've heard about the saturation, but I know your Shivambhu. No, I just started learning about Shivambhu.
Okay. All right. Well, it's not in the book because I'm learning new stuff so quickly. I didn't get it into the book I wrote last year. But Shivambhu saturation is getting used to using all the different protocols. The eyes, the nose, the ears, the mouth, the foot soak, the enemas, all that stuff, and experimenting every day with one or more of those. as you get used to each one, get comfortable with each one, know how to explain this to other people, because what you're doing and what you're learning helps the people. Everybody else who first comes to you and says, well, what is it? And you tell them and they finally say, yeah, and they take their first drink. The reason I like to do the Shivambhu protocols is that you're going to get people, Ruby, like someone says, oh, urine? Oh, disgusting. I wouldn't drink that. So what you do is you just switch gears with them and say, well, would you do a foot soak? You want to introduce it in a different way. It's still going to be delivered into the blood and into the cells. But if you introduce it in a way that they don't have to think in their mind it's going past their lips, but it's touching some other part, they're more open to trying it out.
Yeah, because I know some people inject it and some people use the enemas. I mostly drink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. You want to do some questions now?
Sure.
All right. Brian, you can hang with us if you want. It's all good.
You want to hang or you want to?
Do what now?
You want to hang around or you want to?
I'm good.
All right, thank you for sharing your story.
Move out of the way.
Well, here's to you, Brian.
It's a his dude.
What?
I'll drink to that. Brian, the dude's drinking his pee. He's all right with me.
Cheers.
Cheers.
It is good.
Yeah, I once posted on Facebook that if you can't deal with me drinking my pee, we're not going to get along.
We're not. Because the thing about I love putting it in the fridge because when I take it out, it tastes like orange juice.
Oh, nice. Did you ever mix it with anything or just kept it straight?
Kept it straight. Some people like to mix it with like pineapple juice, a lot of, but I just keep it straight.
Right. And some people, they go into all kinds of flavors, but if they ask me, I say keep it neutral.
Yeah.
So you don't have an acid alkaline affecting the urine?
Yeah, because some people's urine is very salty, so I understand if they mix it with stuff, but
okay, here comes a question.
Nothing like salt.
Here's the question.
It depends on what I eat. You know, it depends on what I eat, and the next day what comes out of me.
Exactly.
So it depends on what I eat. When I'm stressed, my pee is very salty. When I'm stressed out, it's bad.
Yeah, it's like it's a meter.
It is.
You can test yourself. Now, have you noticed that because of your drinking of urine and working with it and some of the protocols, that your food choices are changing and your cravings are changing? Of
course. When you start doing urine therapy, there's certain things that you wouldn't desire to eat.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I see people eating hot dogs, it's the most disgusting thing. It's disgusting to me. When I see people eating burgers, and it's just, I'm like, what? Like, what are you doing to your body? Like, you're clueless. Like, you know? It's sad.
Yeah. And you're going to see all kinds of things that surprise you. And what it's been doing for me when I see all that stuff is to see if my compassion has improved. I can see people are unconscious. They're eating unconscious. I can't blame them for their choices.
Yeah.
And maybe they came to you for a reason.
Yeah.
So you can learn something else.
Some people don't even know that. They think they're eating healthy and they don't know.
Yeah. And I have a lot of conversations with my clients about their diets, and they say, well, I'm eating healthy. And I'm in the back of my mind, I'm going, air quotes. Healthy means what to you? What does it mean? Here's a question.
Okay.
You already asked that question. Your health before and after discovering urine therapy. Was it difficult? No, that wasn't. Was it difficult for you to have your first drink? Did you have to do anything in your mind?
When I first tested my pee, it was salty as hell. I threw it out. I didn't. I don't know. My first time was terrible. I remember I was 19 years old. It was terrible. I was like, oh my God, never in this world. Like, I wouldn't have thought I could have done it because my first pee was terrible. Mm-hmm. And my dad was like, why didn't you just try your afternoon pee? It's better than your morning pee.
And you did? You did?
And I did try my afternoon tea, and it tastes better. And that was it. And I just kept drinking and applying it. And my brother also started doing it, and it became a family thing. Yeah.
Right. So it kind of got, you got used to it, and then it became second nature to you. You didn't think about it?
To me, I quit for a while. Like when I remember doing it for a whole year in Ghana, and people were like, "What kind of lotion do you use?" And I'm like, "Wow, I don't use any lotion. I just use shea butter and coconut oil." That's what I told them. But then I was keeping it a secret because I was feeling graceful and beautiful, and I'm like, "Oh my God, my dad was right." Then I started telling my best friend about it, and they didn't buy it. So, and I think in 2012, I stopped.
Pardon me, I'm taking a shower.
It's fine.
I'm taking a shower. Go ahead.
It's a moisturizer.
Yeah, once you get totally anchored in what Shivambhu really is, the water of Shiva, the blood of the Lord, when you get it metaphysically and spiritually, and it really locks into you what it really is, then it doesn't matter if someone says, "What do you put on your face?" Well, I put pee on my face, doesn't everybody?
Yeah.
I mean, you can have fun with it.
I'm very proud of it. I don't hide it. I'm like, I practice urine therapy, and I love it. And they're like, "Well, you should." Some people say so. You should, because it's a part of you. And some people are like, "It's disgusting." I'm like, "Well, good for you too."
Yeah, that's the kind of question I want those responses from people. Yeah. Here's some more questions for you. Okay. What advice would you give to newbies who are just starting urine therapy path, the journey? What would you advise them? How could you introduce it to them?
Give me 1 second because I can hear noise.
Okay. We're having a conversation with Ruby Karyo. She's from Ghana originally, and she's out in North Carolina with her husband, Brian, who we met just a minute ago.
My boyfriend! I have to take that away from you. I'm like, ooh, that's my boyfriend. But I can't call him my husband because he takes good care of me.
That works. Okay, good.
Mm-hmm. So, if
what advice?
If you're a newbie and you're trying to start urine therapy, I would say that take it from me. It works. I was a newbie and I was ashamed of it. I was hiding it from my friends, and it was something I had to overcome and finally accept the fact that it works. And when it started working on my body, I was even more prouder to say I use urine therapy. Yeah. Because when you see something working, why wouldn't you be proud to talk about it? Why wouldn't you? So be confident. Eat right. Don't doubt that it doesn't work, because what you feel is also important. Like if you're taking something you don't believe it doesn't work, then it won't work no matter what. So take a deep breath. Be confident. Believe that Orin and Shivambhu works. It does, and I'm living proof of it. Like, see my teeth? I've never been to a dentist.
Beautiful.
Natural, no gross. Straight. And I brush my teeth with my pee. Like, I brush it every morning. I wake up. The first thing I do is put this on my brush and brush it every night and morning. I use my pee to brush my teeth, Mm-hmm. And it takes out bad stuff. Oh my God.
Yeah, the grungy mouth flavor. Do you do any gargling, swishing, or pulling?
I do gargling when I feel like my gum is getting, like I eat something hard and it hurts. But I haven't really, that was like years ago, but I haven't really gargled in a long time because I don't feel any pain in my teeth. Like my dad does it because he's older. He gargles like 5 minutes every morning. Sometimes he put it in his mouth and he's reading the newspaper, relaxing and just chilling and having the breath of life, like the water of life. Like, yeah.
Does he or you ever just leave it in your mouth for 5 minutes or so?
Yeah. And even sometimes when I go out, I just when I'm going out to public, I just use the fresh urine on my body. But when I'm going to sleep, I use the aged urine because I don't want to be smelling like pee when I go in public. Mm-hmm. So the fresh urine actually doesn't have a scent at all. When you use it every morning on your body, you don't smell it at all. Mm-mm. And people are like, do you use lotion? No, I don't use lotion. I use coconut oil for my skin. Uh-huh. And shea butter, natural shea butter straight from Ghana, straight from the motherland. I use black soap for bathing. Mm-hmm. And they're like, what about your moisturizer? I said, I use pea and I use rosehip oil for my face. I don't use anything chemical because I can't stand chemicals. Like, it's just,
and it's all artificial.
Body, you know,
it's all artificial. It's all synthetic. It's all yuck.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
All right. Here's another question. How has your life changed since you started using urine therapy?
Fantastic. Ecstatic.
Fantastic.
Yeah. It's been awesome. It's been awesome because there's no, like, even when I have migraines on my worst stressful day, mm-hmm. all I have to do is take a sip of pee and just go to sleep. And the next day is gone.
Yeah. Have you noticed that during the day, now sometimes I do 3 to 4 massage clients a day. I have a successful practice here in Colorado. I do a lot of foot massage. I do a lot of full body. And when I take a break, when I'm done with the client, I go say, I'll be back in a minute. I'm going to wash up. I'll be right back. And don't move a muscle. This is part of my routine. Well, I'm in the bathroom. I'm collecting my pee and drinking again and refreshing myself. And every time I do that, I get a second and third wind of energy throughout the day. So I have no need for coffee or stimulants or drugs because it replenishes my energy.
Wow. I haven't tried that one.
Now you can.
Yeah. Wow.
So there's little tricks that you can do throughout the day. Some people who are into drinking it through the nose will just put it in their hand and sniff it up.
Mm-hmm. Sniffing. And like, it cured my cough, my cold, like, because my son got sick and I got it too, and I just put urine in my nose for like 3 days and it was gone. I mean, I was like, what could be so much better than this? I mean, I can't. Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's amazing that we living in this world of the urine family, the brothers and sisters who are water family members, and it's like we're in this whole world all to ourselves, and the rest of the world have no clue this exists. Well, the moment I've noticed more and more, the moment you introduce the idea of urine therapy to people, something shifts in them. And the people who intuitively felt a calling to this are the ones who are the most responsive. And they don't think it through. They're going, wow, if Ruby recommends it, I'm in. I'm going to try it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people who are following the way to urine therapy are people who are desperate and have given up on the medical system. So their mind has opened up to new possibility.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's amazing. I have good following on YouTube, and I want us to like do live videos to tell people how great this is. Like, why not? You know, I have a good following on YouTube. I'm not consistent over there because I'm a writer. I write every day of my life. You know, it's not easy to write books for people when you don't know their stories. So,
are you writing with a pen or with a keypad?
Pen is outdated. I'm just kidding.
Hello. The reason I asked that question, Ruby.
Yes.
See, I do a lot of body work, so I can't afford to let my tools get injured or hurt. So if you don't want to get carpal tunnel, blown wrists, any kind of arthritis, do hand soaks.
Hand soaks, huh?
It's like a foot soak.
Yeah, like and I noticed that when I read the book that my dad gave me by W. Armstrong, I noticed that putting your feet in urine stimulates your body. Like just putting your feet in it. So I tried to get the pedicure machine and just put my urine in it and just put my feet in it and just Relax. I'm gonna get one because I was looking online for one, and I'm like, okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put my feet in it, and I'm just gonna.
Do you have a bucket?
I do have a bucket.
Yeah, like this. Don't go away. I'm still here. Yes, I am still here. It's what you're not supposed to do when you're doing the videos. Walk away.
Uh-huh.
All right, this holds about 2 gallons. It's a Tupperware.
Yeah.
Right? And what I do is I fill up about a gallon of it, if I have a gallon. And if it's cold and it's in the wintertime, I add hot water.
Mm.
And some people say, but you dilute it. I said, no, it's more homeopathic, but I'd rather not have cold feet.
Yeah,
so,
and it's therapeutic too. It is.
Of course. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if you don't have time to do a hand soak, and you need a smaller bucket, but if you don't have time, just get used to washing your hands more often, and leave it on before you dry it.
Oh, I don't even dry it. I just do this, and it's and it's good. It keeps your fingers really clean, and oh my gosh, like beautiful.
All right, so you're getting the hang of it. Let's ask another question. Did you bring any questions for me?
Yeah, I will eventually.
Okay. Do you think you'll ever stop using urine therapy?
Hell no. It's free.
Well, there a lot of things are free. That don't mean you're going to do them.
I would say that there are a lot of things that are not free in life. I'll take that back from you, because urine therapy is not free because you have to work for it. Yeah.
And you have to collect it.
You got to work your body. You got to be careful what you eat, what you consume. And it has side effects, because you can't do urine therapy and take drugs, right? You can't do that. That's double collusion. You can't do that. And somebody was asking me, can I still take my vitamins and do urine therapy? I said, I'm unsure about that, because I don't think urine therapy has anything to do with chemicals.
So no, but was this a Facebook post in the last 24 hours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I told the guy, you can keep doing your supplements, but there's going to be a time where you won't use them anymore, because urine is your supplement.
It is.
So when people keep telling me that they want to keep doing their supplements, they're still on medication, that's because they're afraid.
Yeah.
They're not ready to let it go and totally trust.
Yeah. I just told them that I don't think it's a good idea to do supplements, and unless I'm breastfeeding. I'm breastfeeding, and I sometimes I'm like, oh gosh, like my iron is so low, because I have a meter for my iron supplements, and I'm like, okay, my son is taking a lot out of me, so I started drinking more pee, and it went up. I didn't need the supplements.
Is Rain doing any urine therapy?
No, I haven't, because his father is against it.
Even his feet? What about his little feet and his little hands?
No, so when he has rashes, like, he's not taking it directly, but when he has rashes, I put it on his back, and it just goes away. So I have not physically told him, hey, I mean, he doesn't know anything. He's only 1 year old, but for a fact, I know that when he has rashes on his back, when I use the urine therapy, it helps reduce it, minimize it. But his father knew I was into it. Like, he knew that I was into urine. I was doing urine therapy around him. So he got mad when it went viral.
Oh well.
Too late.
Too
late. And I'm like, well, I'm going to teach my son what's right. So that's not going to stop me. And it's not against the law to drink urine. So I'm sorry. So eventually I'm going to teach him the right thing to do. Yeah. But he's only 1, so he doesn't really know a lot about urine therapy.
He doesn't, and he does. And the reason I say he does, and I hope the viewers are paying attention to this, because I get these wild ass ideas. They just drop in, I have to say them. Yeah. He's only a year old. Yeah. He's only left his 9 months bubble of urine amniotic fluid 1 year. He's still got the memory in there.
Yeah.
So it would be so cool if we could take people down to a hypnotic state where they
Yeah.
can remember their water experience in the womb and
Yeah, 'cause
get
I did.
conversation about that.
Yeah, I did it when I was pregnant. I did. So he does. He knows.
He knows. He knows.
And he sees me do it.
Mm-hmm.
He sees me take a glass every morning and pee in it, and he's like, "Mom, what are you doing?"
Does it give you a funny look?
Yes, he does. He's funny. He's amazing.
What's he got to compare it to? He's 1 year old.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw other women doing this. No, it
And
doesn't
he
work
loves to grab it. Like whenever it's on the he grabs it. I was like, "Give me back my pee," and he's just like running around with it.
out. I got mommy's pee.
Yeah, I got mommy's pee.
Oh, I love it. I love it. How does urine therapy? Here's a few more questions, then I'm done here. How does urine therapy fit with your overall life's work or your big picture in life? The reason you're on the planet.
Well, I would say that it can get complicated when you are like when I moved from Maryland to this place, I'm in Asheville, North Carolina. It was very difficult to keep up with my urine therapy because I was moving a lot. I wasn't eating the way I wanted to eat. And then my urine wasn't tasting so good. So I was like, I think I will just give it a pause for a month and get back on it. So because I was stressed at the same time, when you're moving, you're very stressed. So I didn't want to do urine therapy because I respect what it does to my body. I didn't want to complicate stress with urine therapy. So I put 1 month on it, like a pause on it. I went on hiatus on it. Mm-hmm. And just recently, 2 months ago, I started doing it again. So it all depends. And I feel like urine therapy is a game changer. It is. Yeah. It's totally a game. It grows your hair really quickly. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's good for your ears, for your nose, for your eyes. I mean, what else? And for your daily activities, like it's. Yeah.
Well, we're just talking about what it does externally. Now, I notice every time I do urine in my hair, it gets darker. And my ego likes to point out that I'm making 65 look pretty good.
Yeah, I wouldn't think you are.
No, a few people can guess my age because I've been a raw foodist for 40-something years. And I've been doing spiritual practices all these years. So aging is a moot point for me, and I suck at it.
Well, that's good.
So the other thing that I'm going to remind the viewers is that when anybody comes up to you and say, well, is it good for stress? Is it good for emotional disorders? Is it good for psychological disorders? You're looking at such a plethora of nutrients that include melatonin, all right, oxytocin, DHEA, B vitamins galore, all these nutrients that people take in a vitamin form in order to relax their nervous system. And
magnesium, potassium, everything.
Yeah. And so the people who drink it naturally fall into a state of feeling better, calmer, and happier.
Yeah, it does. It does release the stress. The only thing that I don't do is the reason why I don't drink urine when I'm stressed out is because I cannot be in that state of mind. You know, I cannot. Some people might, but I cannot. Like, I love urine. I adore it. Like, I worship it. I mean, come on. It's nature.
A true devotee. A Shivambhu devotee.
Of course, I have to. It's nature. Like, you know how you go for camping and you're in a tent and you can feel nature, the birds chirping and the rain is pouring on the tent and you can hear the sound.
Yeah. And you can smell the ground and the forest.
Like the greenery, like, you know how beautiful, like nature. When I drink urine, that's how I take it in.
Yeah.
That's how I take it in.
Yeah. That's honoring it.
Yeah. You know? So I respect it so much because of what it does to my body. And a friend of mine was telling me, his name is Nathan, he said that in Liberia, he had that a guy had is it rabies or something like that? I think is it rape? He has something, it has to do with the pennies getting infected with something. There's a name for it. It's a common disease. When you get it, you can't cure it. What is it called?
Rabies is usually from a
dogs.
bite of a rabid dog. Yes.
Yeah, but I think that there's another. Hold on, I think I know the name of it. Oh my goodness.
Brian, what's the name of it?
Brian is not here. Let's say names of, hold on, I'll look for names of diseases.
You go right ahead. I'm going to look at another question. I guess Brian got enough of the pee-pee talk. Okay. What does Shivambhu, or your water of life, mean to you spiritually?
Spiritually, it's enlightening. It's enlightening. It's just like everything in life is spiritual. Sex, love, nature, relationships, you know, our daily lives, everything that we come in contact with is spiritual. It's that sometimes we just don't look at the spiritual side of it. Oh, it's just physical, we're just meeting. No, there's a spiritual being, or there's a spiritual reason behind why we're meeting today, why I met you, you know? And I feel like with Shivambhu and Orin or the urine therapy, I feel like the spiritual aspect is the calmness, the restoration of the body and the soul and the spirit, and the way it boosts your immune system, your digestion. When you have constipation, it just makes your bowel so free and loose, and like it's just, you know.
It sounds like a quote I read in this book called the Bible. You might have heard of it. It says, "The peace that passes understanding," and when the waves of peace and calm flow over you from drinking your urine, as if there was a energy of comfort that also came with it.
It does. It does. You gotta feel it. If you don't feel it, then you're not doing something right. You gotta feel it. You know, it's a spiritual. It's a spiritual method. Like I don't date somebody who don't poop twice or 3 times a day. I cannot do that. That means there's something wrong with your body. You gotta poop. That means you're doing something right when you poop. And there's a saying that eat shit and travel, something like that. You know, you gotta shit.
You got to, and psychologically, you got to get rid of your shit.
Exactly.
You got to get rid of the mental stuff that's been accumulating. All right, here's a few more questions, and I'm going to wrap this up and then hand it over to you.
Okay.
With the social movement, now I call Shivambhu a movement because I have been at this for a couple of years. Actually, I've been doing Shivambhu practices since 1994. But when I tapped into the social aspect of it a couple of years ago on Facebook, and I've been collaborating, talking with people across the planet, we've come up with over 10 million people that are involved with urine therapy practices. So to me, it qualifies as a movement because it's testing the paradigm, is pushing the tipping point to get to a point where people go, I'm open, I'm accepting it. It becomes more of a socially acceptable practice and not so foreign, and people think, you know, you're not from India, or you're not a Hindu. Why are you doing this practice? And it has nothing to do with where you're from, your traditions, or your culture. It has to do with it spoke to you. That's why I do urine therapy. So here's the question. With a social movement like the Shivambhu movement growing in popularity, current reports indicate that there are over 10 million people worldwide are practicing urine therapy. Here's 2 questions. Number 1, how do you think it's affecting humanity today, the movement? And number 2, where do you think urine therapy is taking humanity in 2020 and beyond?
Affecting humanity, I think it's the money part.
Okay, explain.
I mean, hospitals are gonna lose money. Human beings are gonna save more money. Mm-hmm. And I feel like society is not gonna agree that human beings have a better saving method, their health. Mm-hmm. So
how about the fact that more and more people will be their doctor instead of seeking a doctor?
A doctor, exactly.
Mm-hmm. And so the thing that really, thank you, the thing that really hit home to me, Ruby, is that when 6.5 billion people, how many do we have on this planet? That's
7.5, I think.
7.5. All right. Yeah. What if 1 billion people realize that doing Shivambhu would end hunger and thirst forever?
The world will become a better place to live in.
Oh yeah, we won't need doctors. We won't need insurance companies. I mean, there's a whole lot of structures of humanity that will crumble and go to the wayside. And I don't know how it's going to impact the medical profession and all those systems that are already in place.
Because it's going to affect jobs. It's going to impact a lot of things. Economy is going to change. The government is going to lose money. You know, it's gonna affect a lot. Yeah. And I think it's time for a change, because we've been affected by we've been affected by a lot of things in a long time. So what difference would this make but make people better? You know, we've been affected by the government doing stuff all the time. They said, Tupac said, we are always ready for war but can't feed the hungry. Or we're always ready for war, and they spend millions of dollars in war. So why can't they lose money? Why can't they lose money? So
good point. So that's
the other one. The other question, you were like, what was the second question on that?
Where do you think urine therapy is taking humanity through this year and in the future?
Well, I'm willing to teach more people, so shoot, I hope more. I mean, I think urine therapy is becoming known to the world. I feel it, because every day more and more people are joining the group. Every day people are like, I'm their urine guru and they want to learn from me. And I'm like, oh yeah, I'm excited for that. You know, people want to know about it. It's not the worst thing. I mean, Bear Grylls drink his urine, you know. Sarah Miles drink her urine. There are a lot of celebrities doing it. So
yes, and I'm glad you brought that up, because when Madonna showed up on a video drinking her urine, it went viral. And the same with Boy George, and the same with some other celebrities. And if anybody watching this show can connect me with Madonna or Boy George, we're not going to teach them what this really is, but show them how to have a career that actually has a purpose.
Yeah.
Other than entertaining.
Yeah, Madonna drank her urine. She did. And she was already famous. But she was already viral.
She was already famous, but I'm thinking is if they can use their fame and their reputation and their money to spread a message that's more than just, you know, movies and concerts, they could really help out.
Yeah.
All right, a few more questions. I think I have any here. Congratulations on your book, Grace Has Found War. Yay. Do you want to say a few things about the book while we got it open?
Yeah, Grace Has Found War is a dedication to the homeless children and my son into the world as well. I think that book came from a person deep inside me and not just on the outside, because I grew up around poverty and I want to let the homeless people know that they're being cared for. No matter what they go through, they should never give up. And it's mostly about my background and what I've been through and how I got through it. And I feel like if I can get through it, they can. And they shouldn't feel like, oh, I don't have a father, I don't have a mother, so I can't make it. There are a lot of people who have mothers and fathers and still don't make it.
Yeah. And there's a lot of people who would love to take you in as their son or daughter.
Exactly. You know, and I'm just like, let me do this. I have another book coming out in April, so why not? Like, yeah, Grace Has Found was a dedication to the homeless children. That's my first priority. Yeah.
Thank you. What's the response from the readers? Have you gotten responses?
Yeah, I've gotten like few days ago, people are like, why don't you bring your book in the group section? I'm part of a group session called Resource for Resilience, and it's like they're like, we want to read your book, and the responses I got from it was pretty good. They were like, it was my first book. I wish I had done a lot of changes in it, but the response is what matters. How you connect with the book is what matters.
Right.
Yeah.
Any last words that you would like to share with our audience? And do you have a website or a Facebook page that people can reach you?
Yeah, I do have a website called rubystalkshow.com, and I do have a Facebook page called Ruby's Talk Show. So when you Google Ruby's Talk Show, it's gonna come up right away. So I do have that, and I always want to tell my audience and my readers that never give up on anything, especially if you believe in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially yourself.
Yeah.
Don't ever give up on yourself, because we're counting on you to be a strong, powerful, successful human being, to bring more light and more life to everybody who comes into your world, into your
existence, right?
Yeah. Yep. So Ruby, we've got about 10 minutes left. You want to throw any questions out there?
Yeah, so I know you said that you've been doing urine therapy for 20 years.
26.
26. Dang, I was 4 years. I was how much? 26. I was 4 years old. But anyway, so how did you discover it?
Okay, here's how I discovered it. My book and Bible was The Golden Fountain by Cohen Vanderkroon.
Yeah.
All right, so I read this book and I started exploring it, and I started doing the protocols. But really stuck to me and landed permanently was this book by Leonard Orr called The Secret of Youthing. And he goes way into the Dhamma Tantra, and he goes into his personal story. Well, Leonard Orr is a devotee of Babaji. And Babaji is a Maha Avatar, which means the guru's guru. And a lot of people know Babaji as Lord Shiva, the Lord of the universe. So it dawned on me that Shiva sent somebody to tell me I should drink my water, and who am I to question the Lord of the universe? So I was spiritually brought into this. And so I'm permanently involved with Shivambhu. It's a spiritual practice for me.
Awesome. And about you say you have a talk coming up in August and stuff like that. Tell me a little bit about that.
About the conference?
Yeah.
There's a woman in Botswana who heard about me, and she reached out. Her name is Stampana Osentosi. You might have heard of her or connected with her. Did you connect with her?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. She's organizing this event and asked me to be a speaker at the conference in Botswana, which they haven't named yet, but they're working on the hotel, the venue, the accommodations, and everything else. And the other guest speaker is Dave Moore, also known as Allegedly Dave, who fasted on urine for 30-something days. And so I'm very excited about not only being able to go there and be a speaker at this conference, and some of the people have already reached out to me, they want to meet me. But I would foresee, the vision I got is to take this across Africa.
Yeah.
And start opening up. What?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's exciting. And I could easily see myself doing a 12-country tour. I'm gearing up to go to all the countries where the majority of people are practicing urine therapy, and see what kind of support structure they have and if they want to build one.
Yeah, so a lot of people reached out to me from Ghana after the video. I mean, my video went viral, and they were like, teach us. I was getting so much messages, and at that point in my life, I was moving. I was moving when I went viral, so I didn't have time to reply to all these people and coming here with the renovation of the house and everything incomplete. I was just like, I'm taking a hiatus. I'm going to be back to you guys. Just give me time. So I feel like there's a lot of people who want to know about urine therapy, but they don't have the confidence that it works.
Well, that's our job as teachers.
Yeah.
And one of the things that you get good at when you drink it and involved with it long enough is your confidence level is off the top. So if somebody comes up to you and they're a naysayer, it doesn't touch you or phase you one bit, because you know what you got. They don't know what you got.
Yeah. And I'm like, like you can't. I think I had a job when I first moved out here, and I think that the manager of the company found out that because it's a spa place, they promote chemicals and stuff like that. And I was the receptionist, and I was there for only 3 days, and I think she Googled me and find out. And she just came to me. She was like, "We don't think you're a good fit because you don't blend in with everybody." And I told her exactly, I'm not supposed to blend in with everybody.
No.
And she fired me. I was there for only 3 days, and I was like, good for me, but bad for you. And I think it's because she found out that I was doing urine therapy, and I wasn't interested in any of the eyebrow makeup, but because she was saying that can I be an example so that they can do eyebrow things like the chemical? And I'm like, no, I'm not interested. And she was like, but that's why you're here, to promote it. And I'm like, I'm here to work and my money and speak good about a company, but I'm not here to do a makeover. Yeah. And she fired me. And I was like, that's fine with me, because I have bigger dreams. Mm-hmm. That $14 ain't going to get me no way.
Well,
and I was laughing the whole time she fired me. I was laughing. I was like, I was like, you just got a position and you feel so ambitious, right? I told her that before I left. I was like, you got a position, you feel so ambitious, but guess what? It's good for me and it's bad for you, because you're going to be here for a long time, and I ain't, because I'm going now.
Yeah, well, you're on a bigger journey than she is, so.
Way bigger.
Well, and that's good. So we've got about 5 minutes left here. Mm-hmm. And you have any more questions?
Yeah, I was going to talk about the thing on my friend. Anyway, my friend said that he had a friend who had an STD. I don't remember what the name of the STD. And all his friend did was put his pennies in a bottle of pee, aged urine, for like a few minutes every day, and it disappeared. Okay.
So it got in his bloodstream.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. I would have had him massage the whole genitalia area, including the perineum. And if he needed to, he could come in and do the prostate inside, as well as get used to drinking more and more.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't surprised but I know that it's just amazing. It's just real. I'm sorry if people don't know, but yeah, I can't keep telling you that it works. You got to believe it.
I'm seeing people in church right now jumping up and down, shouting amen with you saying.
You got to believe it.
You got to know it.
Believing is everything. Believing is everything. It's everything.
Believing is everything. So let's close with a communion prayer. Mm-hmm. And since you're the special guest, would you offer us a prayer to our Shivambhu?
Yeah. I'm going to say that urine therapy is healing, is therapeutic, and don't ever stop doing it. Let it heal you. Let it be your guide, and let it motivate you to have a healthy life and a better understanding of what the world don't need to do to you, but what you need to do to yourself. Amen.
Amen. Here's to life. The family that drinks beer together stays together. What can I say? So guys, in closing here, a lot of the things I'm doing is for the Shivambhu nonprofit organization called Shivambhu at shivambhu.org.
And people ask me, why do I put my pee in the smart water bottle? I don't drink smart water. My boyfriend gave me this water bottle for like, I've had it for a long time because I keep my pee in here. I have a very big one and I can't carry it with me. So I just carry this with me. So if people ask, I don't drink I drink distilled water. This is not, I don't drink this. It's just a bottle.
Okay, well, I get that part. I guess.
Yeah,
So.
people ask me like, why do you drink? I don't drink that. I drink distilled water.
I know, and you can tell the people, go, well, things don't mean what you think it means, you know, and not everything is face value.
Yeah. Yeah.
So listen, the folks over at Shivambhu.org have been putting together and constantly improving the Shivambhu hut. Ruby is a member. We've got 60 people who are members right now. It is becoming the gathering place of anything dealing with the Shivambhu movement. Teachers, authors, articles, celebrities, testimonials, discoveries, and humor can be found at the Shivambhu hut. The way to get there, it's a free membership. You go to shivambhu.org, spelled Shivambhu, which is the old Hindu spelling. And there's a link that takes you to Shivambhu hut. If anybody wants any urine therapy consultations, you can contact Ruby, our brother Sage. Ruby, you want to tell them the best way to reach you?
Well, the best way to reach me is by email. It's rubydkaryo@gmail.com. Or what you can do is just look me up and shoot me an email. You can just look me up on Google and I'm everywhere. Ruby urine therapy, and I'll just pop up. It's easy to reach me through my YouTube channel. It's called Ruby's UT channel, and you will find me right away. Just in case you didn't get my email. Yeah, it's easy to reach me. Very easy.
Beautiful. So when we're all done, let's chat again next 24 hours.
Okay.
Everybody who's come to watch this show, or now there's going to be viewers galore who's going to watch this afterwards. Once we're done and archived it, I'll send you the link, and then you can do what you want with it.
Okay.
Everybody else, drink your water, live a long, healthy, joyous, prosperous life, and don't be shy about telling people the water of life is their perfect medicine, and it's time for them to start drinking themselves.
And it is 95% water. Come on. It is. So,
you can't go wrong. You cannot go wrong.
And we need water every day.
Every day. All right, guys. Signing out for now. This is Brother Sage and
Ruby Karyo.
There we go. Talk to you guys soon. Be well.
Be well.